Hello, this is another Game Over video. This is our discussion for The Revenant. It's filled with spoilers, so if you haven't seen it already, stop.
You should probably
stop
watch
watching.
it first, yeah?
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's about a fur trapper in 1820s America called Hugh Glass, who, with his crew of friends, goes up north, not really friends, to get some fur, and then he gets savaged by a bear, and he is basically left for dead by his team, and it's about his 200-mile, 6-week trek back to civilization held together only by revenge. What do we think, guys?
Visually amazing.
Yep.
Manuel Lubezki
Easily
is
one of Prettiest
fan-fucking-tastic.
films I've seen this
He
year.
controls the
Or last
sun.
year.
Literally.
Shot using all natural light, in fact.
Yeah.
And that's probably one of Chivo's strengths. I mean, Lubezki is the real star of the show. Like, absolutely, Leo is...
Gruntingly good.
Right, is he good in it?
Yeah, I think he is. He doesn't talk a lot in it, which I get. Like, it's kind
But then
of like
it's
the
physical
opposite.
acting.
Yeah, it's kind of like... I think he should win an Oscar for it for the same reason I think he should have won the Oscar for Wolf of Wall Street. Opposite reasons, even. Like, he wouldn't shut up in Wolf of Wall Street. In this one, he doesn't talk at all, but it's all about how he acts in it, how... Like, he looks physically traumatised. Like, he foams at the mouth. Like, he doesn't look pretty.
That's true.
Not at one point in the film does he look like a pretty Leonardo DiCaprio.
I mean, that's something... That's something I was saying when I went to go and see it, actually, that Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hardy are notably good-looking guys, and they're very current, but at no point am I looking at this thinking, man, they look fine as hell, even though they're in this horrible situation. They don't even really look like Leo
they don't have that film
and Tom
prettiness,
Hardy.
do they? Yeah, they're all ragged and murky. He's got snot hanging out his nose for, like, half the film. And, like, just...
At no point did they
scars
strike a
everywhere.
pose.
Yeah.
He is really good in it, but he's not doing very much. You know, he's never like having a laugh. He's not showing range in the film.
I get that.
He's doing suffering, crawling through the snow, and being unhappy about it very well.
But, like, there was bits in The Revenant where... You know the bits in, like, The Fellowship and Two Towers where it was just a tour of New Zealand for 6 minutes?
Yeah,
There's about a 20-minute, like, tour of wherever the hell we are in The Revenant.
Canada,
Just somewhere in Canada. Which, like, don't get me wrong, that was, like, that looked lovely. Just watching clouds, like, go by at, like, 27 times the speed. That was really cool. But it took us a while to get to that encampment.
It took a long time.
I mean, it's a long film. Like, I wouldn't say needlessly long like The Hateful Eight, but it's just...
The opposite. I did find myself, well, not bored, but, like, when I was Hateful Eight, I didn't find it, like, arse-numbingly long.
Yeah.
And this, I did find there long stretches where I sort of noticed that it was still going on.
I mean, with The Revenant, Leo's performance is like 80% grunting, not even that, it's like 50% grunting, 10% sleeping, plus another 20% sleeping.
He spends a lot of this film asleep.
Exactly.
So much time with that film
And
on sleep.
it's repetitive, you know, he's crawling through the snow, he's being unhappy about it, he goes to sleep, he walks a bit further, he goes to sleep, he walks a bit further. He isn't doing very much, but he's doing it very well. It could have done with some voiceover. Voiceover is not something that he would prescribe lightly, because it can be a weak technique, but it's...
But it could have done with it and then cut out like 20 minutes of film.
Yeah, Hugh Glass didn't actually have an Eskimo son. They're not Eskimos, are they?
Wow. American?
Yeah, he didn't have a Native American son, and I don't know, like, it's not my job to come up with what should have happened in the film, but do we need to see Leo walking forever? Yeah, I understand it's a real sort of journey, but it didn't even necessarily take the route of a spiritual journey. You know, there was some spirituality to it, like when he had the vision of that magnificent mountain of bones, and when he went to the church.
Yeah, he kept sort of saying his wife, and there was the bit that I found slightly jarring.
Yeah.
And I know it was a dream sequence and stuff, but there was a bit where a meteorite flies overhead.
Is that the same meteorite from Birdman?
I don't know. It could be, but
that's
I think,
right at the beginning of the film.
I think it could be kind of cool, but I looked at it and I think, why is that even there? Like, even from a dream scene point of view, like, randomly having a meteorite fly overhead and focusing on it the way they did.
Like it was going to be important.
Yeah, it kind of felt pointless.
I mean, a lot of the film, the thing is, I think it's really good, you know, but it does have a lot of problems. For instance, it is quite pretentious, I think. In that 2.5 hours, and I've said the same with The Hateful Eight, in that 2.5 hours, there's a really great 2-hour film in there. But you've just got this mountain of bones and lots of breathing and scenes.
Yeah, there's this over-encumberment of stuff that...
Exactly, and I think
you just don't need.
I mean, a lot of the scenes in it go on for a really long time. Like when he's going down the river, and goddamn, like if there was an award for like most shit gone through by an actor, Leo would win this year. He would win next year for this film. He would win forever. I don't know about his performance because I think it's a bit one note really. But maybe that's the whole
film.
film.
It was a really good note, though.
Yeah.
I think it was his performance in conjunction with the film and the art style and the direction that if he did it any other way, it would kind of just totally not work. Like, if he was talking through the whole of this, we wouldn't be going, oh, look at the cloud, man. If you started breaking the fourth wall, and this would be totally wrong.
Yeah, fuck me, right? Yeah, it's basically what that would be.
Look at that man.
I want to see him win because, I mean, we all do, because he is very good, and the fact that we're even asking why hasn't he won an Oscar is a good sign. Better than asking why has he won an Oscar.
Yeah.
Consider the competition this year. Bryan Cranston in Trumbo, who I'm sure is good, but he is just acting. Matt Damon in The Martian, who was just being friendly. Fassbender in Jobs, who's just being a douche and doing it quite well, but is that hard?
Yeah.
Eddie Redmayne in Danish Girl being a woman, or just trying on clothes, in fact. So Leo is the standout actor.
Yeah, I think Leo's going to win. I think this is the year he's going to... I say this every year, but I think... Like, I said it for Django, and I said it for Wolf of Wall Street, but I think this is the year he's going to win it.
Yeah.
With the competition he's up against,
yeah,
he should win, right?
If he doesn't win, like you said, it's a conspiracy. Like, it's got to be. Because
this is the year.
I mean, to be fair, like in the year of Django Unchained, he was up against Christoph Waltz in the same film. And Christoph Waltz.
And Waltz was better in it.
So yeah, thing is, Leo. When people discuss Leonardo DiCaprio's why hasn't he won an Oscar, people fail to consider, I think, the competition. Objectively, yes, he's really good. But what about everybody else?
Yeah.
Like, a good performance doesn't win you an Oscar necessarily. Being better than everyone else wins you an Oscar. I mean, the Oscars are a political matter, and I guess there are more machinations. But basically, he should win this year. Leo winning an Oscar is like the Half-Life 3 of acting. It's the new Tool album of acting.
Yeah.
If he wins, I don't know how we're gonna deal with it.
It'll actually happen.
Yeah, and people, Twitter will just... No, Twitter will crash, Facebook will crash, the Oscars website, which gets like one traffic, me earlier today, will crash. He's done. He's not done. He's not going to quit. He's not going to quit while he's there.
But he'll have done it.
No one will expect anything of him again. He's won the Oscar. No one's being like, oh, it'd be nice if he won a second Oscar. No.
Yeah.
That's make-believe.
But he did win Best Actor at the Golden Globes this year, which is a good precursor to it.
Yeah. Has he won Golden Globes before, though, for Best Actor and stuff?
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, the Golden Globes are a good precursor for how the Oscars are going to go. However...
usually they're the same.
However, Leo and Christopher Nolan are the exceptions to that almost every time.
Yeah.
Right. What I want to discuss is it's a bit like 2001: A Space Odyssey, to be admired rather than enjoyed. You saw it yesterday, more recently than either of us. How does that? Do you feel that's right?
It's something that I'm not going to watch more than once, twice possibly. I'd watch it again, but I'd take someone to see it as an excuse to watch it again.
Kind of watch what you watch at like film university.
It's a very film student type film.
Yeah.
Or at least that's definitely the audience, because here, at this cinema, people have been coming in, going to see The Revenant. Oh, I can't wait to see Leo's new film. And when Leo's in a film, it's often a big Hollywood type film. And as a film student, having seen it, I feel the need to sort of warn people to go, hold on, it's not
what you think it's going to be.
This isn't fun. I mean, I've said to people, it is bleak, it is humorless, it is unrelenting, it is savage, and it is excellent. It's
a film you dissect. You remember scenes in this movie.
I mean, I reckon people will have to look back at this in years' time. In the same way we look at The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly now. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly was more fun and maybe a better film. But in terms of just it
is a slow film, and it's nothing that you can't watch that film all that often.
Yeah,
it's long. That's nearly 3 hours long as well. In fact,
it is 3 hours long. You got to give it time to breathe, and then you got to think about it, and then come back to it and go, It's immersive like not many other films I've seen. Fury Road, maybe. Like I could almost smell the oil and feel the gears of Fury Road, but that was last year. But this film is more... It's like a war film in some parts. I mean, especially at the beginning.
The opening scene is insanely
Jesus,
beautiful.
yeah, it's so cool.
Like, it appears to be
So
all one
good.
shot, but it isn't.
I want to believe it's one shot.
Yeah, like, there's so much going on the screen. There's a random guy that walks out and just shoots a horse. Like, whilst all this stuff's going off on the right-hand side of the screen, the guy just gets out of this room and goes, boom. And you're like, what?
There's a guy just sitting there, and then he gets an arrow through the neck, and then, Leo, like, shoots a guy out of a tree, or is it Tom Hardy?
I think it's Tom Hardy that shoots him out.
Shoots a guy out of a tree, and the guy falls out of a tree, and it looks so real, like, it's just...
Yeah, he goes whomp as he hits the ground, and then he sort of just moves away, and you carry on. You've got, like, walking through that scene.
I'm like, no, go back to that guy, what happened?
Yeah. Nobody stops still, everybody's going for the barge, and it appears like 50 things are going on at once. And you've went from having, like, they lose, like, 17 men, or maybe a bit more. Like, literally, everybody's just picking up fares and legging for it. And it has that feel of, like, certain scenes from, like, Shaka Zulu and Zulu Dawn. Like, literally where everybody just starts coming over the ramp and literally just legs it at everybody. But, yeah, there's definitely scenes that you will constantly remember. Like, obviously the bear attack. Like, that...
I mean, the bear attack is actually something I want to talk about. I mean, that ppenned all in one shot. I mean, maybe it was made to look like one shot, but definitely one shot.
Brutal scene.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's a CGI bear, but I don't know that.
Like, you
know,
feel the weight of that bear as it, like,
good.
stamps on his back and his head, and
ripping on his
punches it, like, tears him apart. Like, just...
And the bear actually goes away for a bit, and then it comes back again. And it's...
Well, you can sort of see it in the distance as he's sort of very slowly, sort of labouringly crawling over to his gun, just to turn around and see it, just charge at him again, and just sort of just do him in.
Leo
again.
and a tiny shank takes on a bear.
Oh my god.
He did actually win, though, didn't he?
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah. It was a fluke, but yeah.
Yeah.
It really happened, though.
Yeah.
He's a real life Chuck Norris. He's a real life Bear Grylls.
Too bad it wasn't a stingray.
That's Steve Owen.
That's Steve Owen.
The violence is so real in it. At no point is it cartoonish or too much. Like,
Yeah.
with the Hateful Eight, and I think this is something you want to say about the rating.
Yes,
of it.
the ratings over here, I don't know what they are in America, actually. I think they
The
probably
Revenant
both
is
are, right?
R in America, and so is the Hateful Eight.
Right, okay. Over here, we've deemed the Hateful Eight super for 18s and over only, and the Revenant for 15s and over only, which I disagree with. I don't think like it should be an 18 over each rift. I think they should be the same rating. Like, one of them's higher than it should be, one of them's lower than it should be. The point is, like, the violence in this has weight to it. The violence in the Hateful Eight doesn't. It's quite stagey. It's sort of, you get shot, a big chunk of you comes off, and
blood
like,
everywhere.
Hammer blood sort of goes, and then it's over, it's done. You don't linger on it. Whereas when the bear attack happens, like that's on screen for like nearly 10 minutes.
Yeah, and
Like
the way it is forces you to like you
and you're
can't
so close
look
in
away.
Leo's face as well. When
Your
you
camera is literally behind his shoulder.
It's confrontational is what it is.
When they roll him over to look at him, like basically his flesh are hanging off and bone is poking out and it's oozing this thick, realistic blood, and like, it's really, really, really gruesome.
It is,
And that's not it. That's not all, is it? Like the fight between him and Tom Hardy at the end. As he like slams the
he
head
cuts
and
off
takes
some of his
off.
fingers, but it's not like a clean thing. It's like some.
As he comes up,
of it.
it goes there, and like just the knife in the leg, and it's sort of like it's not like spurting blood everywhere. It's sort of in there, and it's weighty, and it's tearing through stuff. Like, it's,
no one won that
Cuts open a
fight.
horse,
did they?
man.
Yeah.
He literally cuts
Yeah.
open a horse, takes out its intestines,
And goes to sleep. And goes to
So I
sleep.
don't quite understand
Like-
why those two films were rated the way they are. And I think you said something to the language.
Particularly the use of racial epithets. You know, when Bruce Stern and Walton Goggins are like that nigger over there, like they're saying real spite, like they're it's it's
There's
horrible.
the malice in it.
But then I did
But then
actually.
why have we then deemed that an 18-year-old cannot listen to that? Oh, sorry, a 15-year-old can't listen to that, but they can watch that kind of quite traumatic violence in that.
I think
what is the difference between the two, really?
I think that's a crucial point you've made. The violence
they've
in
deemed that the language is what tips it over as opposed to the violence.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
know
why you don't
that's
work at the BBFC.
possibly.
I would like to.
But
If anyone
I
from
would
BBFC
like to
is
see.
watching,
Yeah, I'd like to know what their criteria is, what boxes they have to, because like both these ones must be on the fine line of being the same as each other.
yeah.
Like I don't know what tipped one of them over the point for 18 and one of them under
It's
for
the
15.
old Sucker
like,
Punch conversation. Like, why was Sucker Punch at 12A and why wasn't it 15? That film
Yeah,
opens
well,
up with like
they're
extremely
half naked and it's
implied rape
Yeah,
of like a 10-year-old.
That's
Yeah.
true.
And then she's in a mental asylum and she
If-
gets lobotomy.
If Sucker Punch were 15, it would have made £18 and that would have been me seeing it 3 times.
I love
Back
that
in
movie.
2011, I thought The Hateful Eight is justifiably an 18 because the violence is humorous, and the BBC don't want people to be imitating violence if they're making light of it. But then I think the violence in The Revenant is as you said, traumatic.
So traumatic and weighty. Like when someone dies in The Hateful Eight,
They're
they're
dead.
dead and it's done, we don't care.
Yeah.
When someone dies in The Revenant, like
Just put
there's
the
an
fish.
impact of it, and you sort of think, like, Jesus Christ.
They're dead, and it
Like,
wasn't
he's
nice.
not. He didn't just die. Like he got torn to shreds.
It's the whole cannon fodder. Every Marvel movie ever. Minions all over the place. Those minions get crushed by villains.
It's all
face
context
blown
stuff
off.
as well.
It's just, like, if we don't know them, we don't care.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the point. That's
But
the
then
crux
why
of
is
it.
the fantasy violence? Because Hateful Eight is fantasy violence.
Yeah.
In terms of that, then why is that worse than The Revenant?
Because the Hateful Eight have 8 people, whereas I can kill 37,000 people in The Revenant,
Yeah.
and you won't give 2 shits
But
about
I don't know why.
If
Because it's so
anything-
much more violent. It's such a more violent. It's way more violent.
If I had a 44 Magnum,
And there are pools of blood when they walk through that Native American encampment and stuff.
Yeah.
And, like, there's like just dead bodies of children moving in there with blood coming. Like, just why is that deemed
I mean, this
suitable for teenagers?
mean,
And
it's-
The Revenant and The Hateful Eight wasn't.
we have solid evidence of this, because in Tim Burton's Batman,
Yep.
you've got the scene where the Penguin's on the phone, and this random guy just pops up and says, Mr. Penguin, and he gets a bloody revolver out of his pocket and blows this
Shoots him.
guy off screen. And we didn't know that guy, so it's a PG, it's fine. It's fine. If I went, hi, this is Jim, he has a wife and 2 kids, he has a stable job, 12 instantly.
Yeah.
I think the thing is with The Revenant is that it's fundamentally unrelatable because it's
Yeah.
something that I've been through, but it's set in a time that is so distant from us. Because if you take,
Yeah.
it's a frontier western, very different from The Hateful Eight, which is just
It
some
was a
guys in a
western
cabin.
western, yeah.
There's one in 1970 called Soldier Blue, which was the first western to show that maybe the Americans weren't the good guys and that maybe they were a bit horrible. This is kind of that. It's showing that maybe the Indians with a J weren't ruthless savages. And
Yeah,
the-
there were people that had their land stolen from them.
Exactly, and the white man is as capable of being horrible, and it's frontier violence, it's frontier justice, and it's a kind of
Yeah.
violence that we can't relate to
Relate
or
to.
understand because it was never, it's not even part of our great grandparents' lives. That said, if the BFC can give it a rating,
But we're still sat there watching it happen.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter when it's relatable or not. I can still relate to a man getting his hand chopped off,
yeah,
no matter what time frame it's set in.
that's true. I think in 50 years. People will be looking at The Revenant as a historically significant film. Yeah, in the same way that we look at The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly now.
Yeah, I think it could. Yeah, it will stand the test of time easily.
We should probably be wrapping this up.
I
So
think so,
let's
probably
give
a
it
good time to
some
run,
give it some ratings, Aaron.
An 8. Like, if you watch it once, excellent movie. Watch it again just to stare at the corner of the screen and go, oh, look at that leaf, and then never watch it again.
And Dan,
Yeah, I'd give it an 8 as well. Same reasons.
I'm gonna give it 7.7, the same rating you gave for Star Wars, because I think it is really good, but I think its impressive length and pretentious spirituality are a problem.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
drink some coffee whilst watching it, because there might be bits where you go, oh,
We can sort of doze off. Yeah.
yeah, like,
You probably could.
Yeah.
So that's an average rating of 7.9. So I'd say go see it if you can. And at
You,
the
if you haven't
cinema.
watched it, definitely watch it on the big screen.
yeah, it's like 300.
Definitely,
You can't
right.
not watch this at the cinema,
Yeah.
because you're
Yeah.
never going to buy it on DVD.
This is a great year for like cinema films. Hateful
Yeah,
Eight,
Hateful Eight
Revenant,
and this.
Fury Road. So yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely you can pirate it, but just go to the cinema. This is
Yeah, if you've got a big monitor, like, yeah, it's fine.
got a big monitor, sit really close to it. But yeah. So that's our discussion of The Revenant. We hope you enjoyed it. Like, share, and comment, and thank you for watching.
Thank you.
So yeah.